Kawabunga dudes! What's going on? It's Clever Trev. And here's my current work in progress, my Ninja Turtles hoverboard type game. And I'm just going to play through the whole thing real quick. It only takes about a minute, and then I'll kind of explain what we're going to do tonight. And tonight it's Wednesday, April 22nd. Happy Earth Day. And happy birthday to my dude Y-Man. But yeah, this is the creation that I've been working on for a while now. Kind of off and on in between different projects, and been having a lot of fun with it lately, and I've made a lot of progress, especially since last time I streamed. Here we drop into the sewers. But there's definitely a lot of work to be done still. For example, the lighting in the sewer here needs to be fixed. It's really hard to see. And we'll also add a bunch of sound effects to the sewer as well. But you can see you gotta do a little jump, a little duck, a little dodge here and there. You can see the controls on the bottom left there. R1 is duck, triangle is grind. So we get to the water part here. I haven't really done anything at this point. So there's still a lot to do in this biome here. You can see where we came from. So yeah, let's get started. Let me get my stream set up first. So since the last time I streamed this, about 4 days ago, I've really taken a lot of time. And okay, just making my stream good. Seems good. For example, I fixed these grinds. Now you actually have to hit triangle to grind, to enable the grind. It used to just be that when you would go on the thing, it would grind for you, but now you actually have to hit triangle to initiate the grind. So it's a lot more like Tony Hawk, if you ever played Tony Hawk. And then as you can see, if I hit R1, I duck, X jump, X double jump. You know, he's got a little mouth animation that he does a little bit. And we're going to add some cool sound effects eventually. So when he does hit these grinds and do crazy things, he'll be saying stuff like Kawabunga or tubular or I love being a turtle. Just fun stuff like that. So yeah, that's what we're at right now. So if I go to edit mode here, you can kind of see the grand level. You know, here's our tunnel, here's the city part as we go through. Then here's the sewer with all these pipes. And then once we get through that, we're back out here. There's a cute little lava waterfall coming out. Or not water, or not lava, I should call it ooze. Little TGRI ooze. And then here's the final part. I don't know if we're gonna get to work on this part tonight. I kind of want to just do some more fine tuning on the city level part and the sewer. So where do we begin? Like a lot of my streams, I have a checklist. So if I go through my checklist here, stuff like I want to make like some ambient sounds, like for the city, you'll be able to hear horns honking and people and just ambient, you know, police sirens. We'll add some sounds to the sewer area, like water dripping, echoey kind of sounds, and eventually sound effects to that water biome. I also want to fix this lighting in this tunnel here. I just slapped in a light real quick just so you could kind of see him in the tunnel. Same with the sewer. We're going to fix the lighting that was in the sewer. We're going to add a bunch of cool sound effects, such as Kawabunga, you know, tubular, radical, whoa, Casanova, Bossa Nova, you know, stuff like that. I'm going to fix these cars up, give them some cool sound effects as well, like an engine running. I'm going to make the headlights a little more functional, because right now they don't actually project a whole lot of light. So we're going to fix the cars and the movements. I'm also going to maybe start working on a little tutorial area where it teaches you how to duck, teaches you how to grind before you actually start the race, because eventually this will be a race. Maybe add some destructible objects, like we have some destructible barriers. Whoa. Must have just got hit by a car. But that won't happen, you know, those are things that we'll be able to fix easily. Let's rewind that. What else? Yeah, like I said, we might work on that water biome. So what should we start on? So many things to do. Let's just start with this tunnel lighting real quick like. So before I started the stream, the last thing I did was just threw in, where'd it go? This light right here. So we can just delete that for now. And we're going to put some new lights in. And I think we'll do something real simple for now. If we don't like it, we can obviously change it later, but just to get something a little more functional. So I'm going to do a light, and I'm going to have it face directly down. And we're going to probably kind of put it, I'm thinking just putting it in the center of the tunnel for now. If you can find the center. Over here a little bit. This gadget's in the way. Let's move that. Oops. So it looks about centered, right? Or is it? Oh wait, here's a center right here. Alright. So we got that centered up. I'm going to turn this grid snap on a little higher. You don't think I'm stronger than a cow? Is that a Ninja Turtles quote? I don't get it. I do need more Ninja Turtle quotes, though. I only wrote down like 5 of them. Well, okay, this is what I got. I wrote it down here. Kawabunga, I love being a turtle. Tubular, radical, bossa nova, casanova, that stupid little one. I don't know. Something about pizza. If there's any, like, I'm looking for the staple quotes. Kind of like exciting ones. Because they're going to be saying it when they're like grinding and jumping and stuff. Get this lighting down. Give it a little color. Let's see how that looks. Decent. Thinking I'll widen it out a little bit. If I can, yeah. Maybe just max it out. Get it a little bit closer. Let's check it out. Let's get dangerous. Oh yeah. Darkwing Duck. When you're in trouble, you call DW. Yeah, that's definitely Darkwing Duck. Okay, I gotta stop scoping out. Have you seen this race yet, Jake? I don't know if I've showed you this. Oh, you probably saw a little bit. Because I can show you the full shebang here in a sec. So that'll probably look good enough for now. So then what I can do... Here, I'll play it's only like a minute long. It'll be timed, so it's going to be like a time trial. So you're really going to just try to, if you ever saw my snowboarding level. Radical! Tubular! Kawabunga! But kind of the point is to hit the grinds. You go faster as long as you're grinding. If you're not grinding, you go pretty slow. And then the different colored grinds are different speeds. Green is the slowest, purple is the fastest. You know, the fatter it is, the slower it is, because it's easier to grind. This part is going to be like, whoa! Then you come down the sewer. It'll have sewer effects, sound effects, which I have to add. But this one, instead of grinding, you want to stay in the ooze. If you're not in the ooze, you go a lot slower. But as long as you're in the ooze, you get quite a bit more speed. Yeah, and this board that he has right here, it's pretty generic. I'm going to make it look like the board in the game. I think it's the SNES version, Turtles in Time, where they're like, there's a level where you're on board, like hoverboards, and I think it's mostly over water. But eventually I'll mimic that hoverboard. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So I'm just kind of adding stuff. Just adding some cool stuff. Let's see here. Can I add a circle without any thermo? Yo, what's up, Maddie? How you doing? Alright, I'm gonna turn this. You been doing any dreaming light, Matt, lately? Let's reduce this detail as much as we can here. This will be our light, so I'm gonna make it yellow, shiny, yellow and shiny. Why is it red? Shiny, waxy. Alright, we'll do that. The reason I'm making these... Saludo de Argentina. Salud, mi amigo. Wait, is Argentina... Spanish, right? Me llamo Trevor. No, but I really like the game. Some Argentina. I don't think I've ever met anybody from Argentina. That's cool. What program are you using on the PC there, Matt? Using Blender or something? Let's see how that looks. Yeah, let's make it a little bigger. A little bit more grande. Drag it down just a tad. Let's try that. Blender, nice, nice. Hola. Oh yeah, you guys, Matt, you speak Spanish, don't you? You guys can probably, you can translate for me if you guys need to. You can translate for each other. That's cool. Where are you from, Matt? Alright, so I'm confident in this light for now. So we're going to group these two together. Actually, let's not do that. Alright, I'm going to copy and paste this now. Come on. Gotta find the right. Let's do 32. Dang it. Does that work? Can't tell. Yes. Let's do 16 actually and just go double because this is kind of weird. 1, 2, bang, 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 bang. There, now we got some tunnel lighting. Might have been too many. So let's do every other one of those. I'm just going to delete these middle ones. Adios. Hasta mañana. Oops. Did I do that right? Oops, still got to delete one of those. Delete the last one. Alright. And, Messi? What's what? Oh, I said, where are you from? Messi, what the... Oh, Lionel Messi's from Argentina? You would know, soccer boy. Wait, what's going on here? Oh, I must not have deleted the light. That's it. There we go. Tunnel lighting, check. We're checking that off the list. First thing off the list. What's next? Sewer lighting, city sounds, Kawabunga. You know, let's do one sound effect real quick, just to kind of... Yeah, I like Messi. Seems like a nice guy. I don't know, though. He could be a total dick, and I wouldn't know. I know he's from Brazil, but Ronaldinho was always my favorite football, soccer player. And, let's see, who else? Wayne Rooney's pretty fun to watch. Luis Suarez, the biter, just because he bites people. I thought that was kind of funny. What's the guy's name from Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels? That guy. Okay, so let's record a little sound effect, and we'll put it on maybe just a couple of these grinds. In fact, why don't we... Let's throw on one of these grinds in the tunnel. How about this one? Just gonna copy and paste this. Wait, where'd my audio go? There we go. Copy and paste this green one. Stick it in the tunnel. Get that centered up. So what we're going to do first is basically I'll make it so when you grind on this first green grind here, it's going to Raphael's going to say Kawabunga. So let's do that. So first thing, let's do a quick save. Party Animal. That's another movie, right? What's the other? The Football Factory he's in. He's in Snatch. I can't think of his name. Party Animal. God damn it, I know what you're talking about, but I don't. He's got that famous picture where he's grabbing that dude's balls. It's so funny. Alright, okay, so I'm going to go to mode, sound mode. And we'll just do one sound for now. This is something I might do off stream, because I'll sound like a total idiot. So tools, sound recorder. And let's put it on a timeline. Damn it. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's do a music timeline. Oops, wrong. Modes, sound mode. Let's throw a music timeline down. And I'm going to record my audio here. La 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 la. Kawabunga! Something like that. Alright, here we go. Kawabunga! Kawabunga! And we can do better. Kawabunga! Kawabunga! Try not to be too loud. I don't want to wake up my neighbors. Give them to call the cops on me again. Kawabunga! Kawabunga! Kawabunga, dude! Kawabunga, dude! Yeah, good enough. So I'm going to trim this up a little bit. Something like that. Tiny bit of a fade in, tiny bit of a fade out. And I like to do a few settings anytime I record my own audio, such as a little bit of delay, a little bit of reverb. And then I like to go to the equalizer here and just turn this on to get rid of some of the hiss. Kawabunga, dude! Seemed like a lot of reverb. Kawabunga, dude! And maybe even speed it up a little bit, because He's supposed to be a teenager, and I'm not a teenager, so.
Kawabunga, dude.
Hey, there we go. Mi amigos. It's good. Hope you guys can become. What's it called? Amigos. Okay, so we've got our sound made up. So I'm gonna bring. Let's crunch these together. I'm gonna bring this to this. Over here. Come on. Yes, my friend, mi amigo. Okay, so if we scope into my grind here, I've got a microchip. Christ. Which is like impossible to grab right now. There we go. So basically what I have here is, this is my microchip for the grind, and so how it works is essentially you have to do two things. You have to be touching the grind, and you also have to be hitting triangle, which is this wireless transmitter is connected to my controller, and it's from the triangle button. So this and this need to happen in order to go through the AND gate, and if they're both on, then it's going to apply force, and that's what speeds you up. And it also is going to trigger these sound effects and controller vibration. Probably makes no sense, but anyway, so I'm going to throw this sound effect onto our microchip, and then I'm going to throw our AND gate results onto the timeline. Let's turn up the volume a little bit here. So let's give it another 10%. So if I did that right, he's going to say Kawabunga, dude, when he grinds. Here we go.
Kawabunga, dude.
But as you could notice, he stopped saying. I was worried about. I'll have to figure this out here.
Kawabunga, dude.
So it kind of worked. However, it didn't continuously play. I'm not sure. Hopefully I can just do sustain, play once. Let's see if that works. Might not.
Kawabunga, dude. Kawabunga, dude. Kawabunga, dude.
Sweet, that fixed it. Alright. I'll read that in 1 sec, Matt. So if I go here and I grind.
Kawabunga, dude. Kawabunga, dude.
Whatever, if you say it twice, I don't care. Cool, sweet. It worked. And now that I know I can do that, we can do that to a bunch of different, we can do a bunch of sound effects. So, Matt says, Dreams was like a miracle for me. I've been deciding between animation, programming, sculpture, and 3D modeling for a long time. The only thing that does not make me lazy is 3D modeling, sure. Well, don't forget about music in there. Plenty of music you can do, and audio. They're all kind of together. Like, if you want to do 3D modeling, you kind of need to know, you kind of want to know how to do animation. So you need to know what the next step's going to be. You know, if you're going to model a character, you want to make him animationable. It's not a word. Animatable? Okay, so we got our one sound effect out of the way. Let's do one more, actually. Just for demonstration purposes. So when he falls down this tunnel, I want to trigger a sound effect of him going, whoa, or something. So to do that, I'm just going to go to Gadgets, Sensors and Input, and we're going to do a trigger zone. And I'm going to kind of center it in this hole here. We go to that. I want to change this to a square or a cube. And I'm going to change the size a bit. Basically, when you fall in through the hole, it's going to trigger this. Something like that. Get it a little more centered, and I want to make it a little bigger. It's okay if we overlap, I just don't want to overlap the top. That should do it. So if I look in the hole here, there's no way he's gonna miss that. Okay, so we got the trigger zone. What happens if you're hit by a car? Oh, I gotta write that down, thank you. Collision. So nothing's really gonna happen to you besides it'll probably just slow you down because it's a time trial race. You don't want to, like, I'll hit this car up here.
Kawabunga, dude.
Well, first of all, you'll be able to ride some of the cars, so I could actually hop on a car for a little bit. But the cars they're faster than you, but they're slower than the grind. So, but yeah, if you hit a car, we're gonna add a sound effect, like ow, but it slows you down basically, which you don't want. So, Franco, si quieres te lo traduzco, no habría ningún problema. Clever Trev no habla español. Okay, what was I doing? Oh yeah, sound effects. So we got this trigger zone. Damn it. Whoa. And let's add another sound effect now. So we're gonna go to modes, sound mode, throw it on another quick timeline, which I probably don't have to do. Let's try not to put a timeline this time and just put the sound gadget and see if that works just as well. Keep our stuff a little more clean. Alright, so let's just put it down by the trigger zone. Oh. What am I going to say here? Whoa! Something like that. Dale. Whoa! 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 Let's make it a little more silly. Whoa! Whoa! Yeah, that's cute. Alright, so let's... see, this is why I like the timeline. Let's do the timeline. That's what I know. And shrink that, put you over here. Trim that up a little bit. Trim this up a little bit. A little bit of a fade out, a little bit of a fade in. And then get ourselves our equalizer. And this one I'm going to do a little more echo because we are falling into a sewer. Get that over there. And then I think we'll do play once like we did on the last one. And we'll set that right there. And if things work properly. What's up, Pickle Man? What you up to?
Kawabunga, dude.
I saw Torios was playing, but I didn't see you in there, so I stopped watching. I only care about you in that whole conversation. Nothing against Torios, just funny guy. Taking a break from Warzone? Did you guys get any dubs? Brian, do you speak Spanish? Habla español, mi amigo Brian.
Whoa!
There, it worked. Alright, that sound effect worked, as expected. Bummer, dude! Oh, I gotta write that down. Bummer! Just another sound effect. Ugh! Ugh! Ow! Ugh! Ooh, I could put that on your head. Maybe a head collision. Let me write this down. Head collision. Bummer. Okay. No dubs. Well, what the hell? You down for the night? I might hop on later, depending on how this goes.
Kawabunga, dude.
Radical. Okay, anyway. So I can partially check that off the list. Kawabunga. Okay, so I'm thinking I can work on the cars next, or the city sounds. You know, since we're on sounds already and trigger zones, let's do that real quick. So what I want to do next is, so we've got 3 biomes. We got the city level, we got the sewer level, and we got the water one, mountains. And we're gonna just add a little ambient audio. Sure. I mean, how late is too late? Shit, it's already, what, 10 o'clock out there? Almost. Alright, so I hate doing this sometimes, but I think it's a necessary evil of making a giant trigger zone. So that way, as long as we're in the city, it's triggering the audio. So let's do that. So I want to, pretty much what you want to do when you're making a huge trigger zone is try to find the center of like the big area. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish. Oops. So 1, 2, 3. So right around here, we're gonna start throwing down a trigger zone. Let's do it over here for now, kind of out of the way. So just gonna throw a trigger zone down just like we did earlier. And we'll have it just a little bit off the ground like so. And then cube. So this is where it's going to get massive here. So I'm going to scope way out. Can't even see it. Let's make it wider so I can see it easier. There we go. So I'm going to stretch this out all the way. And then scooch it over a bit. More like something like that. So now that trigger zone is going to cover the whole street. The whole ball and chain. The old wifey, yeah. Happy wife, happy life. I say it all the time. That's why I ain't got a wife. She'd probably hate me. It'd be a love and hate thing, I think. I'd love her, she'd hate me. Probably wouldn't be healthy. Okay, and I'm gonna drag this into our street. Make sure it's high enough. Let's make it a little taller. And why not just make this a little bit longer and that a little bit longer too. Alright, so we got our trigger zone. Now let's put in our audio. See, I think everything here is good. So we're gonna go to mode, sound mode, search for sound effects, dream reverse, media molecule sound effects. She makes you chicken nuggets. I mean, I could totally teach you how to do that. Maybe get a little honey dipping sauce, maybe ranch, honey barbecue. You probably like some spicy, some sriracha or something. Yeah, that's me too. The key to my heart is chicken nuggets and honey. Honey's my shit. So we're gonna go with ambience. Probably ambiences. And there should be a street one here. Nature, surreal, underground. Town and city, boom. That's exactly what we're looking for. Residential daytime, suburb. Traffic, distant traffic. City air traffic. Probably do slow traffic, that would be a good one. City street rumble. Ooh, I like the city skyline, that would be good. High-rise city noise. Ooh, that one. We could probably add a couple too, by the way. We don't need just one. Actually, let's add one more while we're at it. You're the winner, winner, chicken dinner. Winning city skyline. You know, I like this slow traffic one here too. Okay, so we got two sound effects. I'm just gonna kind of line them up here so they're next to the trigger zone. And then I think all we have to do is just hook. Wait, what are these on? Right, so let's hook these two up. Click, click. And now those are a little too loud though. So where was that? Right here. Let's just quiet these down a tad. Let's go to the 50-50. Even less than that. Seemed to be a lot of white noise going on there, a little too much. Give one a little delay, give one a little reverb. Yeah, it's a little too much. I like it. Don't get me wrong.
Kawabunga, dude.
Couldn't hear either of them there. Let's go up to 60-60. Let's maybe turn this music off for now so we can actually hear what's going on. Lucid Dreamer.
Kawabunga, dude. Kawabunga, dude.
I like the thought though, helicopter chasing you. Plus that's kind of more logic than I could probably handle. We're just going to get into the tunnel or the sewer here and see if hopefully the audio goes away. Assuming it will. Ooh, I might have actually
Whoa!
fixed. There we go. That seemed good. Last thing I'm going to do is... I didn't like how the sound cut out so fast. Hope I got the wrong trigger zone. I'm just going to go to our zone here, and I'm going to increase the fall off a little bit. Just a little bit. Specifically this one here. It's the Y. That way, hopefully, when we jump down the tunnel, it'll fade out a little better instead of just cutting out. Anyway, okay, so I like that, and let's stick with that for now. I'm gonna check that off the list. Let's do the sewer next, and we're pretty much gonna do the same exact thing we just did. I'm gonna make a nice big long trigger zone. This one won't be as long because the sewer isn't as long as the city. So we'll just kind of try to center it up again, and I'm going to throw down another trigger zone. Get kind of close to it. Something like that. And again, I'm going to change it to cube, and then change the size. Scope out here. This one I'll have the whole thing in case you go up high. Because you can get like on the roof pretty much if you really want to. 20 wide. Stretch that out. Looks about right. So we need to make it a little more wide. Less tall. Wider. Alright. And then let's drag it inside the tunnel now. Like so. It looks like it's covering the whole tunnel. Don't want any gaps. Definitely need that lower. So I need to make it a little... What the hell? Oops, okay, let's redo this. I want to bring the whole gadget, not just the thingy. This might be kind of hard to find. How's that look? Just about. Let's make it... Let's drag it down a notch and wider, so... Hopefully we can have it end right at the end of the tunnel. Looks like it is almost. Just like last time, let's give it some fade out. A little taller. I should be doing studio lighting. What am I doing? Let's make it easier to see what the hell I'm doing. I have to navigate through this jungle every time to find this tiny little trigger zone. But whatever. It's fine. So now we can rig. Let's do one more scope through. Way back there. Oh, yeah. Ooh, I don't think it's going to start soon enough. Nope, dang it. So we got to drag it back a tad. Which means we got to make it longer. Check your zone. I think it's going to need another 20 meters or so. Make it a little extra longer. I know that wasn't far enough, but that's because we got to drag it this way now, because I want it to end at the end of the tunnel again. So we're going to try to eyeball it for now. I'm going to drag this way. About yay long. See how that tunnel ends up. Hey, I think we nailed it. Maybe a little too far. Let's go back just a tiny bit. Looks good. Beauty. So now we're going to add some sound effects. Actually, first I'm going to save it. So now instead of sound modes, now instead of city sounds, we're going to be searching for those underground sounds, which are right town and city interiors underground. Check that out. Hellscape, limbo, cavern, deep echoes, drippy cave. That's probably going to be it right there. Drippy cave, baby. Perfect. Just what the doctor ordered. And now all we should have to do is bring that to that. So we got our city sounds. We got our Kawabunga dude.
Cowabunga, dude!
We'll probably have to kind of figure out which turtle I want to mimic. I always liked the Corey Feldman.
Hey, Mikey, I think he likes it.
I always liked his voice. But they couldn't afford him for the Secret of the Ooze, I think. By the way, I hated the new Ninja Turtle ones with Megan Fox. Those are pretty trash. Maybe I'm wrong, but too much CGI. Alright, here we go, listen. We got the city sounds.
Whoa!
Alright. I like it. But I don't love it. So what we're going to do, just like the city one, I used 2 different sound effects. We'll do that again here. So let's go back to, I think if we just go to search, nope. Mode, sound mode. Thanks, Matt. Search, sound effects, dungeon. Not bad. Ooh, that one's pretty good. It's between Amia's caves, I think, and one of these 2. Factory it is. And let's crank these down a bit. And also I'm going to increase the size of our trigger zone a tad. Specifically for this spot over here. I'm going to make it a tad taller. if I increase this, does it make it bigger? Yes, it does. Okay. Alright, I like it for the most part. One last thing I'll change is... Should I just make a... I'm going to put these on a microchip so I don't have to search for it every time. Like a noob. Work smarter, not harder. That's not it. There it is. Ah, screw it. I was going to make the factory a little quieter. And this drippy one a little louder. Maybe make a little echo on this one too. And this one for a little. Why not? A little delay and reverb never hurt nobody. Turn my volume down. Alright, good, good. What next? I'm gonna go back and turn this music on again, just so it's not so boring. Give us a little more to work with. Okay, sorry. Alright, I'm gonna check this off the list now. City lighting, your city sounds, sewer sounds, got those done with. I'll check that off. So what next? We could work on the cars a little bit, I think, or the sewer lighting. Let's do the sewer lighting first. And before I do that, I'm gonna, instead of having to go through this whole city just to test out our sewer, I'm gonna drag Raphael way up to our sewer. That way, just make things a lot easier. Scoot up. So now if I play it, we're right here.
Whoa!
So I need to change this a little bit. Just gonna drag this down a tad. Just in case we go slow like this.
Whoa!
Okay, so the lighting starts off okay, but the further you get, it gets harder and harder to see because I only added one light so far. So, let's add some more lights, eh? Where did I put the first lights? Do I gotta turn on X-ray to see that? Where the hell is it? Oh, it's way down here. This is our first light. I'm going to turn off studio lighting. This a little higher maybe. So we're going to pop another one in here now. We're going to drag it way up. I'm just going to slap a few down for now. Throw that one there. Another one up here somewhere. And that might be good. A little further up. Let's give that a try.
Whoa!
Think we can do better? Don't you think? What if... I haven't tried to do backwards lighting. Let's try that. Like facing that way. See how that changes things.
Whoa!
Man, I suck. Yeah, that wasn't bad. Where did that go? There you are. One more. Let's put this one front again. Let's try it out, Ref.
Whoa!
I just gotta fix that first little jump there and it'll be good. That was good. I just want to fix one thing. So if you could notice, one of these jumps, this thing right here is too dark. So hopefully I can just light that up with this guy here. Something like that. try that.
Whoa!
Looks kind of cool down here now. Ooh, we get some shadows going on and everything. Do we need something right at the end there? A little bit light right here. What's that red thing? Oh. Yeah, we can have light coming in from back, maybe. Well, let's maybe throw one in more in there. Maybe a little top angle. We haven't done that yet. Also, I don't like the look of these pipes. Let's see if we can't make them a little more metal. Metal! Ooh, there we go. Nice. A bit of that. Let's see, a little too gray and a little too shiny. Fix that. Boom. Beautiful. Now this also makes me wonder, do we need to change... Well, let's go check it out right now. I'm going to change the lighting of the entire tunnel now, after I save. Let's see how this looks. This could be a game changer. Let's see, full metal. See what I'm doing here? Check that out. Whoa. Ooh, Trevi likey. Let's play it.
Whoa!
What if we jacked it all the way up? Curious if we did. Let's see, what do we want? Let's try fully shiny. It doesn't seem to be working though. No. Shiny didn't look right. Neither did fully rough. If we just do... right around there. This is looking pretty good. Yes. All right. I'm loving it. Sewer lighting. Let's cross that off the list. And of course, do a quick save. Oop, quick save. Okay. Prompt duck R1. Just gonna do something for. Now that I think we're good with the tunnel for now. Let's go back to the city area. I'm gonna drag good old Raph back here. Thanks, Matt. What are you doing right now? Are you just watching, or you streaming while watching? Watching a movie? What kind of 3D modeling are you doing in Blender? You just trying to learn the basics, or are you actually working on something? Alright, this is just something temporary, just to kind of get our brains thinking about it a little bit. Because eventually I will have to have some kind of tutorial. So for now I'm just going to put just kind of a simple prompt. And it's just going to say triangle to grind. So let's do... Oh, it was already ready for me. And then I'm going to make it in the scene. Maybe we'll put it right there. Is it centered? Oops. And I've never been a big fan of border over the box. As long as you make this the right color. Let's change it to green. Something different. Bluish. Give it some glue. Pick a cooler text. Something you can easily read. That looks good. So now if we go in here, no, it's not going to be big enough. Hey Jesse, that's nice, good work. Thanks, buddy. You will see a series in a while. Oh, sure. I'm learning, but I'm interested in everything that has to do with the scene and the landscape. How, for example, a post-apocalyptic city. Welcome, Jesse. How you doing, man? You a dreamer? Okay, so we're gonna have to change. I think the brightness is too much. It's definitely too small. And also, if you want to increase the visibility, sometimes you can, if you go to the shadow softness, it doesn't matter a whole lot, but the opacity, if you turn that up, it's always going to make your thing easier to read if you're using like a brighter text. See, it's got that little black behind it. There, triangle to grind.
Kawabunga.
Oh, wow. I think that text is the problem. It's too blocky. So it's trying to find a little bit more of a... Yeah, like that. More legible. Do we want it like that? Something about that looks weird to me. I don't know. Does that make it better? So you're approaching this. Boop-de-doo. I don't know. Let's make it a little bigger. Like I said, this is just kind of a jumping off point. I wish I could change the color of the shadow. That'd be really helpful. You know, and I could do something like this, but nah, don't want to do that. There we go. I can dig that for now.
Kawabunga, dude.
Kind of like that. Are you a dreamer there, Jesse? Do you dream? Trying to make a 4x4 off-road thing in detail. Really? I've seen, maybe it's you, somebody with a really amazing Jeep with really crazy suspension. Yeah, is there anything you'd like me to check out there, Jess? Or if you need any help with anything, you need any tips?
Whoa!
Actually, another idea while we're here. Because we just did the grind thing, now I'm going to add a duck. A duck! So it's going to be R1 is duck, so R1 crouch. Crouch makes more sense. Let's go with that font this time. And let's see, what color was it? Light blue last time. Let's do that. What's your PSN there, Jesse? I'll give you a follow. Old buddy, old pal. Shadow opacity max. Make this to in scene. And jam it up like that. You're not a kid. That's good to hear. Yep, type your PSN in there, champ. Kiddo. Just kidding. Yeah, you can have me for sure. Alright. Good enough, I'd say. Do one more here, one more there, and one more bigger. Max Cheap. Don't recognize it. How long have you had dreams? Mr. Max Cheap. Hopefully that means max max detail with the cheap thermal.
Kawabunga, dude.
That'd be great. This is coming together really well, though, I must say. I'm proud. I should have made those streetlights a little brighter bulbs. 3 weeks? Oh. You're a noob. Wait, not a noob. You're a new dreamer. That's good. Let's go find ya. This is me, M Spiders, SPIYDZR. Creeping up there on the followers. Everyone, Max Cheap. There you go. Oh, you don't have any... No creations. Ooh, I'm your first follower. That means we gotta make a comment. We'll call you JC. My dude. Then we're gonna give you a quick Kawabunga. And for shits and giggles, we're gonna give you a little turtle. Yeah, there's a turtle for you. It's all yours. Now what's your... Let's look at his activity. Let's dig deep here. Max Cheap. Making some noise. Reach level 3. Just doing your M quest. See if I'm taking any screenshots. Oh. I like to deep dive, find some dirt on you, so I can blackmail you. All right, looks like you don't have anything. If you want to, I mean, if you got anything to publish, or you know, or you could, if you don't want to publish it and you want to just have me play it, you can put it on private, and I can collab with you, and then I will uncollab once I'm done looking at it. You've been in the game a lot longer, and I think you're better than me, Max. Well, you haven't seen anything that he's done, so how do you know?
Kawabunga, dude.
Do you got anything new, Max, you want me to check out? Any new creations there, bud? Okay, I always have so much fun playing this stuff. I get stuck. I like that tutorial idea. We might make a longer tunnel, and the tunnel will kind of essentially be our tutorial area, and then once you get almost out of the tunnel, that's when the race will start. The timer will start. And there'll be a scoreboard and everything, so people can try to get the high score for the fastest time. No, I'm not. Have you started on your 4x4 off-road thing yet? And have you seen the suspension, the Jeep that I'm talking about, where it's like it's a truck Jeep thing with, it's, like I said, really impressive shocks. You know, when it's going over bumps and stuff, it absorbs the shocks. All right, so I think next we've been doing some pretty fun stuff. Let's get into a little more nitty gritty, and I want to work on these cars a little bit. So right now I have 3 car models. We got this green car, this white car, and then this red convertible looking thing. It's pretty ugly, I must say. But we're gonna spice them up right now. So if you think they're ugly, well, we can fix that. But a few things I want to do to the cars. Let's see, I wrote this down. So I want to give them sound, lights, and also give them movement. And what I want to make sure I do before I do this is do it on a microchip first, I believe. I'm just going to put a microchip down so I don't forget. If you're new to Dreams, microchips are your best friend. If you go to Logic and then you put down a microchip right here, this is how you keep things a lot cleaner, which I've kind of been breaking my own rules by having, like this is a microchip right here. All of these, this is my grind microchip, so I can put all the different logic on one microchip instead of having a bunch of logic all over the place. Here's a microchip right here, and for example, I'm going to name this as light, or let's do effects, lights, and music. So now this microchip is effects, lights, music. So I have my different effects on here and da da da. Alright, Matt. Thanks for hanging out, bro. Jesse says yes and no. Yes, you've started on your project, and no, you haven't seen the car. Because, I mean, the beauty of Dreams is being able to use other people's assets. So if you don't want to try to create your own vehicle, you don't necessarily have to. You could maybe use their pre-made vehicle, and then you can just work on the terrain and the other stuff. Like, for example, I didn't create Raphael, but I did turn him into a skateboarding Raphael. The person that made this obviously is very talented, and they made a really badass looking Ninja Turtle. Okay, so let's get started on this microchip, and I'm gonna just call it. Call it car chip. Maybe shrink it down a little bit. I like that. You like to. I mean, it's okay. Like, you don't have to create everything. People love it. I love it when people use my assets. But I understand what you're saying. You want to create your own car and you want to create your own stuff, so that's cool too. I'm a little bit in between. I'm not ashamed of using other people's assets, but I also like to create my own stuff. It just depends. Certain things are out of my league. Like, I don't know how to make a first-person shooter rig, but I can make a landscape and enemies and stuff and spawn the enemies. But trying to make like a gun that shoots projectiles and takes down your health, I'm not trying to get that far. Okay, so we're in the car chip, and I know a few things that we're definitely going to want on the car chip. First of all, let's go to mode, sound mode. And I'm going to search for, I think, Do I want to do... Wait, obviously sound effects. Oh, vehicles, duh. Roads and tracks, driving, layered vehicle loops. Let's do that. Hey, thanks there. Can I see your game on Dreams? Well, what's your gamer tag? Yeah, Jess, I mean, anything I could help you with, I'd be happy to if you have any specific questions. Jagabon, if you want to put your gamer tag in the chat there, I'll check you out right now. Engine. Jesus. Ooh, we could have cops. Ooh, we could have a cop chasing us. How is there no regular vehicles in here? What's going on? I just want a regular... Let's just do this one here for now. Okay. Baby Yoda and food. What? What's your gamer tag? I'm good at texting, that's why I ask. Sure, yeah, ask me anything. I mean, you know, I've got these vehicles that move, which is I used a keyframe. Anyway, so this will have to be... So right now the sound is set to just, it's going to sound, but if I turn on auto 3D panning, it's going to do that type of thing. You're not good at texting. Are you on your phone? See, I put that on auto panning, so now instead of hearing it constantly, it's only going to give sound when it's nearby. Just as I had planned. But let's make sure we got to increase the size a bit. Do a little extra reverb. Jagabon, what's your pet gamer tag? I'll look up your creation. Rewind. Let's do a quick save. Oh, you're watching on the PS4. Ugh. That's real tough to to spectate. I mean, if you got a phone, it's easier to watch on there.
Kawabunga, dude. Kawabunga, dude.
We're definitely gonna have to make a cop car, and the cop car can be kind of chasing you, something like that. But do you have any specific questions, Jesse? I've been playing Dreams since birth. No, I got Dreams as soon as I could back in, it's like a year ago actually. I think it's been a year. Okay, so I'm gonna do a quick save here. So I'm assuming you guys like Ninja Turtles. Oh, by the way, here's my intro I'm working on. My YouTube intro.
Welcome to Clever Trev Gaming.
Badass. So if you've been watching this so far, I'm assuming maybe you like Ninja Turtles. And if you haven't seen my little short film, I made a Ninja Turtles short. So if you've seen the movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies from 1990, I recreated a scene from that. I'm obviously a fan. But I'm going to play this real quick, and I'm going to use the bathroom real quick, and I'll be right back.
A spider's creation. You will listen now. My master Yoshi's first rule was, possess the right thinking. Only then can one receive the gifts of strength, knowledge, and peace. I have tried to channel your anger, Raphael, but more remains. Anger clouds the mind. Turned inward, it is an unconquerable enemy. You are unique among your brothers, for you choose to face this enemy alone. But as you face it, do not forget them, and do not forget me. I am here, my son.
About that. Jagabon never responded, so I guess we'll forget about that. So yeah, if you're a Shadow of the Colossus fan, well, if you have a YouTube app on your phone, you can just go to YouTube and watch the stream from your phone, is what I'm saying. Because then you could text on your phone instead of stupid PS4. Alright, anyways. Back to what I was working on. So what was I gonna... Oh yeah, cars. We're working on the cars. So got my microchip, yeah. It's got our car sound. Sounds, lights, movement, chip. I don't know if I really need the microchip, because all I need is audio. Your phone has no screen? Broken phone? That sucks. See how that audio sounds. Not enough. Oops. So going here, we're going to increase the panning a bit. Seemed pretty good. I want a little bit more. A little more of that, a little bit more of that, even a little bit more of that. That way you can hear it coming behind you. I guess you can't really. You have to be looking at it.
Kawabunga, dude!
That's pretty good. I do kind of want to increase the speed of this. And maybe a little bit quieter. But like I like to do, a little reverb.
Kawabunga, dude!
How do you make something look bouncy? Well, it's a deep question. Are you talking about a vehicle? You're trying to make a vehicle look bouncy? Or a character look bouncy?
Whoa! Whoa!
Whoa! Tires, bouncy tires. Sure, I can explain that a little bit. Now, it's hard not to reference, I don't know if they shared it or not. Let's see if I can find it. The vehicle that I keep talking about, you should really look at it and let's see, Jeep maybe? I'm not gonna be able to find it. By the way, if you're looking for stuff, you can search for it, but then I recommend, oops. You can filter it. Oh, I think this is it right here. Is this what you're trying to do? What the hell is This is what I was looking for. I'm glad I found it. So, here's the thing. Because you're new at Dreams, I would honestly recommend using this just to... Because if you're trying to make your own vehicle, it's not easy at all. Like, I still probably couldn't even make a vehicle. I mean, I could, but not nearly as good as this. I'm making a real quick terrain here. Is this the kind of thing you're trying to create, though? See the suspension? I mean, it's freaking amazing. Like, I couldn't explain to you how to do this, because whoever did this is clearly talented. Basically, if you want to learn how to do that, I would recommend finding this creation and deconstructing it and learning like how they did it. You know, there's all these different rotators, different microchips with different lightings, and you know, I'm sure, you know, auto guide. They've got impact sensors. Here's the cream of the. I mean, this is the kind of stuff you'd have to do if you're trying to do something like this. So I could not explain to you how they did this, but you could kind of take it apart a little by little. But since you're new, like this kind of thing, I would just say work on it instead of trying to create the vehicle. Try to make the track, because you got to learn the basics before you start getting into this deep, crazy stuff like this. You know, like how I was just goofing around making stuff like this. And then, you know, you could go in here, turn it green. Turn that up. And then we're going to turn it into grass real quick. Change your flex. I know I'm going through this really fast, but something like that. And then maybe give it a little movement, a little flow, a little wave. You know, now you gotta it'd be fun to have like a rock climbing game, like how they do in real life. That stuff's crazy. Trying to make the tires have flicks. You mean flex? Flexibility? Yeah, so don't save that. So basically, if you want to find that, just search for Jeep, and it's the first thing here, Mikolaj. Add more flex. I mean, that's pretty simple, I guess. I mean, if you want to add more flex, you would just, like, I would scope all the way into the tire, and then you go to flex properties, and then you could, like, increase impasto. You could increase the looseness, the ruffle. So I don't know. So now it's something like that. You should have the controls show up. That'd be... Anyway, let's get back to the Ninja Turtles. The task at hand.
Kawabunga, dude!
Still testing out the audio of this car here. It's almost good. One last thing I might want to do is just increase the speed a little more. Sure. Yeah, no, it's hard to explain. Are you talking about increasing the detail? So they have less flex, basically? Oh yeah, I can make them honk a little bit. In fact... we could make it so if you bump into him, he honks. Let's try that out. See if it's not completely obnoxious. So, what I'm going to do... First, let's try to find a good sound effect. Make sure we can actually do that. I don't need a loop, I want... we have a honking sound. Maybe characters will have it. Footsteps, lands. Maybe the junk cover. In this case, we're going to search for honk. Not a goose honk, not a clown. Okay. Looks like we can't have any honks. Make them look like they have our intent. Make them look like they have our intent. Have to reword that one for me. They have. Which Full Metal Jacket are you moving? Oh wait, I'm thinking Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Jacket, dude. Hell yeah, dude.
Gomer Pyle!
Oh yeah, Joker. Is that you, John Wayne? Man, that movie's amazing.
Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, I love that movie, dude. Stanley Kubrick, fucker's crazy, man. Me love you long time. Tupuku.
Bitch, is this Tubuco?
Okay. Good flick. Alright, I'm just gonna throw a card chip on each of these puppies here, I think. One on our ugly convertible. Alright. Yeah, Kubrick's definitely one of my favorite movies or directors. Let's see, he did Clockwork Orange. I think he did Apocalypse Now. Alright, so all three of these cars have their own little sound effects now. The next part is going to be a little more of a pain in the ass, but we'll get it. So we're going to add headlights, because I know they have headlights, but as you'll notice, they're not actually projecting any light besides a little tiny bit of ambient light. I want them to actually look like headlights and project that light. They look like headlights, but I want them to function as headlights, so... This is where we're going to go to gadgets, go to cameras and lighting. I'm going to turn my grid back on here. Maybe half a grid. Just going to throw on one light. Where the hell is my light? Right there. Kind of line her up. Go down to half a grid, or quarter grid. There's some other Kubrick movies, I can't think of them. Oh, 2001: A Space Odyssey, or whatever the hell it's called. That's a good one. Shining, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, let's get some yellowish. Let's make these a little more. This, so we want beam range longer, max fade angle. I hate attaching lights to stuff though, it's a pain in the ass. Ooh, it worked. There you go. Okay. You seen Apocalypse Now? I mean, obviously. That movie's crazy, man. How far can a 30 meters? That's mango. Let's make that smaller.
Love the smell of napalm in the morning.
I love that quote. Very carefully rotate this down. Eyes wide shut. That wasn't as good, but I hear you. To the night grows easy. Ooh, we're getting closer. Took off far enough though. And is it bright enough? Okay, let's change just a couple quick things. So I'm going to increase the distance. Brightness down a tad. And then a little bit more of an angle. Shining is probably my favorite film. It's definitely Full Metal Jacket, unless I could think of a different one, but for me, for that is. No, but I love The Shining. But I mean, Jack Nicholson.
Kawabunga, dude.
Wait, Kubrick, did he do One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? Because, I mean, I know that's Jack Nicholson, but that movie is, that's a next level movie right there. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is in my probably my top 5 favorite movies. You seen that one, Brian? Now let's look at the double headlights. There we go.
Kawabunga, 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 dude.
Now we're getting to the point where we can, I'm going to turn down the ambience a little bit even more. This, our sun and sky, I'm going to turn sun down a notch and then also the sky down. So now these headlights will be even brighter because everything is darker.
Kawabunga, dude.
Or turtle in the headlights. Okay, so I'm gonna just go back up a little bit. What was that, 4%? Let's try 2.5. Alright, down to 2 and we'll keep it there for now. I could be wrong though. I don't know. I'd have to Google it.
Kawabunga, dude! Kawabunga, dude!
I need to figure out how to play that only once. That's gonna get annoying, but... Alright, anyway. I get so distracted thinking about other stuff. Okay, so we got the headlights. I think I'm satisfied with the headlights. I should have... Dang it. I should have... I'll do this. Now that I found the right settings, I want to make some more of those, but first... Not sure how to ungroup a light. I don't know if you can. I'm going to kind of copy these settings real quick on another light here and duplicate it a few times. So I'm just going to copy all these settings here. 1%. And 43. 27. 100%. I think that was it. Then angle it down a tad. Okay, turn our grid back on. Yeah, good luck on there, Jess. Feel free to share anything with me and I can give you my criticism or help or feedback or whatever. Happy dreaming, my dude. Thanks for hanging out. Alright, let's slap these headlights onto this car. Slap some headlights on this car. I should probably change them a little bit, just so they're not all identical. I was thinking doing like a little halogen light, so they're a little more blue. Let's do that. Since the halogen lights are freaking brighter. I hate them. By the way. Always blinding me. And they're not moving right now because only this one I've keyframed to move, which we'll redo it actually here once we get things set up. See who goes by with his lights. We still got these guys with their lights. Awesome, dude. Radical. Radical, radical. It's from the movie. Never mind. Yeah, these headlights look great. Which means let's do a quick save. Alright, what else do we need? The cars, collisions. Touching. Bummer. Sound, lights, movements. Ducker, one prompt, tunnel. We can cross that off the list. Destructible barrels, okay. Kawabunga, collision sound, ouch. I'm going on my checklist here, sorry, I'm reading some stuff. Made a little checklist. Alright, so let's hop out real quick like. And I'm just gonna play a little music video. Cause I gotta use a little boy's room again. Be right back.
Slayer. Slayer.
Party. P-A-R-T-Y. Alright, what else are we gonna do next? Get those cars moving. I don't know. I want to get the intro first before I do the cars. Alright, let's put some of these barrels around. How about that? So I've got this barrel here that I have yet to use. Well, I shouldn't call it a barrel. What is this called? It's like one of those safety barrel things for when you crash on the highway, it doesn't kill you. Curious what happens when I grind into it.
Kawabunga, dude!
Ooh, that's glitchy. Oh, cool, the car hits it. So we can't put them on the grind because if I grind, it pushes it off. I'll get this kind of close to the ground here. Oh, it just sits off kilter a little bit.
Kawabunga, dude!
Oh, I'm curious how much thermo these take up. Could definitely put a bunch of them all over. 8, 9, 10 of them takes up no thermo. Oh, 20. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 20. 20 doesn't take up thermal, alright. I'm thinking what I'll do with these guys is just kind of chuck them all over. Something that you have to avoid, and they won't completely mess up your play, but they'll slow you down a little bit. And also kind of fill in these ugly gaps here. So I've got some dead spots here that don't look very interesting. Oops. Just kind of pop them on here and there. Oops. Keep cruising along. Seems boring, but this is kind of the fun stuff because I've already got the mechanics figured out, so I can just kind of enjoy the creation process. I'm also thinking I'll definitely be adding some of these vehicles can knock into some of these crates, these whatever they're called, barrels, safety barrel. Sometimes you try to copy and paste and it just doesn't take. Oh, okay. So we will have cars that drive all the way up here, but then eventually they stop at this road stop, and vice versa. We're gonna have cars going this way, like this guy here, but they're just gonna keep going. They don't matter too much. So you're just gonna drive by them, never see them again. Alright, let's see what happens here. If we notice any of these barrels.
Kawabunga, dude!
There we go. It's kind of funny. Even add some more if we want. They do add a little flavor to the level too. It's not so bland. Could even maybe even add some more. Yeah, let's add one back here. Like for example, this spot right here is pretty dead. You know, there's nothing going on. So if we add maybe one or two little trash cans, it doesn't look so stupid. So you can find those gaps like that and just fill them in here and there. There's another one. Looks good.
Whoa!
I know that screeching tire sound, we'll fix that. It's not meant to do that. What's going on with this tunnel now? Why can't I see any light past that? Well, we'll have to just add some lights then, I guess. Or will we? Not sure why we're not getting any light. Looks good from that angle, just not from this angle. What the heck? Oh, that's why, okay. Looks like we just need more cameras, or lights facing the other way. Like so. Or do we have too much lighting going on? Is that the problem? I hope not. That's better. That was a problem, it looks like. Easy fix. Still need more. Fly back a little bit. There we go. Fix most of it. There'll be a few dark spots. I don't just want any completely black spots. So you can't even tell where you're driving, where you're boarding. Good. Do a quick save.
Kawabunga, dude!
Is this getting slower? What did we add recently to make it all slow like this? Shit. We added some lights. Painting, spotlights. Dang it. See, this isn't good. If I go to, where's performance mode? Test mode.
Kawabunga, dude!
Was it all these barrels I added? Is that what's screwing everything up? Dang it. It totally could be, actually, now that I think of it. Because all these barrels are, they have physical properties, because they're destructible. You could push them around. Let's hope if I delete all these, it won't be all jacked up anymore. Because that's a game breaker if your FPS slows way down and everything becomes slow-mo. It's not good. Kind of ruins the whole premise of the game. Backwards. I did test it out though, didn't I? And I didn't notice it. Could it be the lights?
Kawabunga, dude!
I didn't really do much. I guess let's check a test mode again. Gameplay.
Kawabunga, dude!
Slow down, you're killing me. Go all the way to the sewer here and see if it screws anything up.
Whoa!
Physical pain. I don't care about the resolution loss so much as the FPS. The further away I get, does it slow down? 27, 28. So am I getting slowed down 60 frames per second because of all this? Can't place that on. The game is running slow because it's taking too long. Try to reduce the number of things or splitting your overdraw when lots of paintings are drawn on top of one. Oh. Heat over map. Overdraw. Hopefully we can figure out a way to fix this, because where the hell is test mode? Heat overdraw. Not getting anything here. A little bit in here. Could it be this stuff? Let's delete those and see what happens. Actually, we don't want that. We want this. Ooh, I think that was part of the
Kawabunga, dude!
You know what? I think we're gonna have to scrap. See how much smoother this runs? Well, that's it then. We're gonna have to... I'm glad we figured that out, though. That's gonna be a big problem. Look at how much lower our gameplay is now. Peaking at... Yes. Okay. Well, it's kind of a bummer. But, do what you gotta do. We're gonna end up deleting that and this and that, because we don't need you anymore. It's kind of a relief, actually. I was doing 3 biomes, but maybe we'll just go down to 2. We'll have a city and sewer, so maybe after we get through the sewer we can come back to the city. Yeah, now things look much better.
Kawabunga, dude!
I mean, we could just have the race. I don't know. Alright. I'm gonna do a quick save. I'm gonna do a theoretical thing here. Let's say we doubled everything besides RAF and the lights. So I'm just gonna select all, but then deselect RAF 230. Deselect that. And then I think that's all I have to duplicate. Let's say I wanted to duplicate the whole damn thing. Something like that. Boom. 33%. gameplay. We lost our frame rate again. Unfortunately, I was hoping
Kawabunga, dude!
see how I'm actually learning as we go here. I never really knew I could analyze it after playing it. Like when I hit start here, I'm gonna go a little bit longer. So the gameplay song, it takes too long. I'm gonna try to reduce the number of things. Draw the curve, overdraw. So I don't want to save any of that. Don't save. So I guess we're just gonna have to kind of figure out an ending. So we can either make the sewer longer, or I kind of want to make them come back to the city. Or we could just have it end at the end of the sewer, which would be cool too, actually.
Whoa!
Gotta fix that part too. Whoa! Do a little quick save. Oh, it is saved. Let me check something real quick. Alright. What other cars, destructible barrels, we got rid of those. Let's just get rid of those completely, actually. Make sure they're all gone with some studio lighting here. Because we don't want to have just one, it's going to take up that extra 1 or 2%. But we're learning, I should have known it, the more physical objects like that with actual gravity and movement, they're going to take a tally. Alright, RIP. See, I could get rid of that. I never tested this. Is this physical? I remember I added this earlier and I never really ran into it. Nope. That's good, but I don't know if we need that though. So we've got that, or these. Let's maybe decide if we want to keep just one of those, because I hate adding more and more objects since we're already running into
Kawabunga, dude!
performance issues. Those flashy ones would be cool. I don't know if we need any more dumpsters. Let's throw some of these puppies in here and see how they look. These little warning signs. Well, let's turn my grid on here. Let's copy 20 of these. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's plus 1%. Does it affect this?
Kawabunga, dude.
I think it might have actually. No, maybe not.
Kawabunga, dude.
86. Nice. Now let's try it without that. Got up to 86. 87. I don't think it changed anything.
Kawabunga, dude.
Alright, let's throw them in there. At least a few of them. Turn our studio lighting off. Drag her on up. Maybe something like right here. One there, and how about another one over here? Maybe a couple more. One more up here. See how those look.
Kawabunga, dude.
I don't love them. Eh. Let's scrap them. We have enough stuff like that going on already. It's a great little element that somebody made, but kind of we're at the point where we've been adding too much extra crap. Delete you, delete you. Oops. Dumpsters. I mean, I love these two. These are great. Look at that. But we gotta delete you too. Keep chopping down on that thermo as much as we can.
Kawabunga, dude.
Record time here. We could start throwing in maybe a scoreboard. Okay, I'm gonna add a couple things to our list here. Or should we start a new list? Because I'm running out of space here. Start a new list. Fix sewer entrance. Car movement. More sound effects. More sound effects. I got car movement. What else was on the cars? Head collision. Ouch. Bummer. And water biome. Okay, we're gonna cross that off. Cross that off. Microchips. Save you. Boom. Alright, we got a new list now. We deleted some stuff. You know, let's get rid of these two. We're not going to use these. Give ourselves even more little thermo, you know? Keep those lights. We used all these barriers. I also wonder, let's do a quick save here. If I've got too many of these skyscrapers, we could, instead of using all these skyscrapers, we could make them bigger and delete some of them. But I'm just going to check thermo. Okay, we're at 3964. $36.64. Just seeing how much we would save. We might have to do that eventually, we'll see. I wonder if these are screwing me up. Maybe deleting those would help. Bummer.
Kawabunga, dude.
Should we do custom? An idea, if I were to record a bunch of different little clips, audio clips, and then put them all together in a little collection, and then I can pull them into here instead of trying to edit sounds in here, pull them in a little easier. Okay, let's do a quick save like that. Alright, I know I keep going back to this stuff here, so I'm gonna play another little short skit here, and I'll be right back. Oh, I added. Oh, be right back. Enjoy my little little Orange Riding Hood short story.
Oh, my sweet child, be brave as you bring this medicine to your sick grandmother.
Yes, Mother. No need to worry. La la la. La, ooh, ooh, ooh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. La, la, la. Ah, la, 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 la. Oh, 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 oh. Ah, ooh, 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 ooh. Do, do, do. lie, 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 lie. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? The big bad wolf, the big bad wolf. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? La 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 la.
I learned a lot while making this little short film. A lot of fun. So, ooh, we leveled up. I feel like I level up every stream. Ninja Turtles boarding. So I think I'm going to just play this one last time and then end the stream. Kind of running out of creative juices, and plus streaming, it's kind of tricky to do both at the same time. And I need to write a few more things down as far as what I want to add next, because we've got our whole checklist almost finished, besides some of the more boring stuff. So play it one more time and then call her a night. But I'll be back.
Kawabunga, dude.
Purple grind. Those are the good grinds. Oh, got stuck. Oh yeah, I gotta write down cop car. Cop car.
Whoa!
Oof. It's kind of hard, which is good. A little difficult. Nice. All right.
Kawabunga, dude.
But yeah, I'm really happy with where this is going and the potential that it has. So, if anybody has any ideas of things that I'm obviously missing, what I should add, what I should remove, I know there's still plenty of work to do, but I'm getting there. Little edit by little edit, we're getting there. So thanks for watching, friends. I'll definitely catch you again sometime soon. Maybe dreaming, maybe something else silly. It's Clever Trev. Have a nice night. Dream on.